Now, I just got this comment asking about the best techniques and approaches to releasing instrumental music on DistroKid. And I will say this, at first, this seems pretty simple and straightforward, but there are a few things you have to know when it comes to releasing instrumental music. Now, first things first, I'm on DistroKid right now. Here's the main section. When I'm uploading a song, all the way kind of by the track price in this area, I have this one section saying instrumental. This song contains lyrics, or this song is instrumental and contains no lyrics. So if I want to release an instrumental record, I can just click that. Second thing I want to mention, especially in reference to this comment, is they did say that going up here, that they put the version as instrumental version. Now here's the truth. If you're releasing one song and one song only, I would not put instrumental version. I would not do that. Now, let's say you have a song that you're releasing and you want to release two versions of it, in the sense that you have, let's say, a song called, I don't know, Dancing in the Moonlight with lyrics and everything, but you also really want to release that same song, but just the instrumental with no lyrics at all. Then I would use this feature. So let's say, and some artists do this, you release almost like a 2-track single. I wouldn't call it an EP really, it's like a 2-track single. The Dancing in the Moonlight original version, or normal, and then the instrumental version. In that case, I would use this feature on the second track, Dancing in the Moonlight instrumental version. But if you're just releasing one song and it's instrumental by nature, I don't think I'd touch this. I'd leave it alone. And I would just mark this song is instrumental and contains no lyrics. Now, one last thing I do want to mention, because if I go up here, I have to pick a genre, right? I have to pick a genre, and one of the biggest genres right now in the world, which is what I make typically, is electronic. And I have a bunch of different electronic subgenres right here. But is this instrumental? It's gonna sound a bit weird, maybe philosophical even, that I think there's a difference between a song being instrumental in terms of on paper, what instrumental means, this is just instruments, no vocals, and what we consider instrumental. Now, when it comes to electronic music, most electronic songs, or a lot of them, don't have words, right? Take like Strobe, in my opinion, the stairway to heaven of EDM, Strobe by deadmau5, no lyrics, no vocals. Now, by definition, hard written definition, yes, it's instrumental, but in my mind, I don't go out of my way to mark my EDM music as instrumental. And I do want to mention that. Like, say you're an EDM producer, you're watching this video, you're like, well, I'm about to release a song and there's actually really no words in it. It's EDM, right? It's an electronic song with no words. I don't think you have to go out of your way to mark it as instrumental. So I will say this, when it comes to things being instrumental, in some ways, it's not a huge deal of you going out of your way to market. But like I said, especially in the case where you're almost releasing two versions of the same song, one of them being instrumental, I do think you should absolutely, and I highly suggest you do what I showed you, which is marking the version that's instrumental as the instrumental version. Now, one last point I want to make on this video, especially based off this comment, and I have seen people reach out to me about this, so I do want to mention it on this video because it does pertain to some people watching this video, is beats. What I mean is there's a lot of people who have contacted me, not as much now, I think, because things have changed, but in the past especially, saying, hey, Mark, is DistroKid good for selling beats? Let's say you're a hip-hop producer, and this is a classic example of this. You're a hip-hop producer, you're making a huge collection of beats. You want to release like a 30-track, I'm gonna call it mixtape kind of. You post it on DistroKid, release it. It's all instrumental beats. And your concept or the mindset you have is, I'm releasing these instrumental beats for other, like say, hip-hop artists to listen to. And because they're not producing, they can buy my song, they can buy my record, they can buy my beat or purchase it or license it or whatever, and they can use it and they can sing or spit over it or rap over it or whatever, and they don't have to make it. I'm going to be honest, in this day and age, it's about halfway through 2025, selling beats and all that kind of stuff, I don't think it's as worth it anymore, especially when you look at things like, yes, sync licensing still exists, and that's a bit of a different thing than just selling beats, but the whole concept back in the day was a huge thing, where back in the day, you know, you had people who just specialized in making beats, they'd sell them to hip-hop artists, or they license them out, or they kind of work with hip-hop artists and kind of be both a producer, but even an engineer sometimes. It was more of like, you do this, you do this. Now, though, it's never been easier to just go on Splice and throw something together. Most hip hop artists now, because it's so easy, and I might even use the word inexpensive now to start producing. I'm not saying Ableton is cheap, but like you can find a way to start making music and stuff like that. The whole thing of getting into music in terms of selling beats just to make money, there are some people who can do it. And there are some people who have made money just selling beats for people to, like, say, sing over, rap over, spit over, or whatever. It is a thing, but one, if you are in that market, I gotta be honest, it's very competitive and it's not as popular anymore. I mean, there are some people who just go to Suno now and make a beat through Suno and just use that, right? So way easier than ever just to get your own custom original beat. And two, and I think this is the big one, if you are someone who's in the market of selling beats, like say that's your actual job, and props to you, that's awesome, you do not want to release them on DistroKid. The reason why is if you release them on DistroKid, someone listens to it on Spotify, and they're like, oh, this is a fire beat, I want to buy it. I want to license it out to me, no one else can use it, I'm going to buy it. When you release something on DistroKid, there's a lot of stuff that can happen. Metadata issues and a lot more. So if you delete that release and have someone re-upload it under their artist name, but they like say spit over it, there can be some odd conflictions, some odd indexing errors. At the end of the day, once you release a song and you get it put out there, weird things can happen. Let me just word it that way. So like say if you are looking to sell beats, I know this is a bit of a tangent on this video, but I do want to mention it. If you are looking to sell beats, I think your best bet is almost creating like an actual website or SoundCloud and putting like a preview of that beat, like a 10, 20-second preview, doing it that way, and then promoting your site, promoting it that way. Because once you release something and the song itself gets put on all these streaming services, yes, you can delete it and take it down. Yes, someone can re-upload it, but there can be some indexing issues. It might get put on your own account and might have some crossover with their account. You just never know. So at the end of the day, if you are looking to sell beats, just want to warn you, especially like say if you're being like, oh, let me release these instrumental beats to make money from, people can buy them. One, it's never been, I think, a harder kind of path to go down, to be honest. And two, I think the biggest thing is if you are going down that path and you are doing this full time or whatnot, do not release them on DistroKid. It's going to cause you way, way more issues in the long run.